Hey, welcome to our channel. I'm Cherry.
I'm Peach, and we're going to be doing some movie reviews, starting with Saltburn, which came out in 2023.
If you're wondering where to watch it, it's Prime. We don't have Prime, so we watched it at a friend's house.
So a little synopsis. Oliver, played by Barry Keoghan, is a new student at Oxford University, and he befriends the pretty popular boy, Felix, played by Jacob Elordi.
It keeps her calm.
Sure. Felix invites Oliver to stay with his family for the summer in his fancy pants mansion, and a lot of craziness happens from there.
What's crazy is that Jacob Elordi is such a good actor that we completely forgot that he was Nate Jacobs. Jake Jacobs.
Nate Jacobs.
We completely forgot that he was Jake Jacobs.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things about this movie that I can talk about without spoiling anything is the music. I love that this was set in 2006, which is when I was a teenager. Let's put a little picture of 15-year-old me here. Yeah, I loved hearing the music from that time, and the grad dresses that they had were very era appropriate. Looked a lot like my sister's grad. And it was just a fun time. Haven't heard Block Party in years. That was nice. Benny Benassi. MGMT, I think, was in there too. Fun times. Really set the mood. I also really liked that it was just over 2 hours, because I hate sitting through a movie that is like 2.5 hours. I just won't do it if it's in the theater, because I'm old and it hurts my knees. So 2 hours, fantastic. And also the pacing was pretty good too. I didn't get bored, and I get bored a lot during movies.
Yeah. Weak knees we have in common. That's true. There was a lot of TikTok. There's a lot of TikTok hype about this movie. I feel like a lot of people were very dramatic about certain scenes.
Very dramatic. Jeez. But they're always dramatic.
Yeah.
They also said that they couldn't sleep after watching Bird Box.
Yeah.
Which, have you never watched a horror movie before? Come on.
It's the culture of TikTok. Just be as over the top. Well, then again, online culture, I'd say, as over the top as possible.
I tried really hard to not get spoilers for this. I just knew vaguely there's a bathtub scene, and people were saying it was disturbing.
Yeah.
But I never knew what happened in that scene, whereas you actually got the spoiler, which is unfortunate.
I got 2 spoilers. There were 2 scenes that were just boom on my For You page.
The actual scene?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So,
do they not copyright claim TikTok? Do they just go after YouTube?
TikTok is a completely different animal. I don't know what's going on over there. You should have.
It's the Wild West. Well, it kind of is still the Wild West of the internet.
You should have seen it 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, the things I was seeing.
Oh no, I didn't.
The things I was seeing.
Okay, so one last thing in our spoiler-free section. The beginning sequence and the title card was so pretty. All of this movie is just gorgeous. The cinematography, the lighting. Usually I don't go on about cinematography, but this was a beautiful movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just great shots. All the scenes of how gorgeous Jacob Elordi is. Obviously, he's a good-looking man. Beautifully lit. I liked the narration that we get as well, and that we had that mysterious, who is he talking to? I hope it's a therapist.
We all wanted it to be a therapist.
Or a lawyer.
Right?
Get help.
Yeah. A court-mandated therapist, maybe.
It was disappointing.
Nearing the beginning of the movie where we get introduced to Michael, he was giving Dahmer Jr. vibes, but
I feel like he was just a general nerd who was vaguely 70s to 80s. I think he's just a nerd.
Yeah.
A nerd with glasses.
Yeah, so I guess nerds in the 2000s give me Dahmer Jr. vibes.
Very specific. One thing that I didn't really understand about this movie, and it could have just been that Oliver was lying, was when he said that he read the full summer reading list. What is the point of a summer reading list? Are you not supposed to read all of them? Are you supposed to just take like 5? How did you get a summer reading list before you started? I don't know how those work. And I just would like some clarification. Please tell me what the point of a summer reading list is before you start college. Is it not to just read ahead in your textbooks? Or like the things you're going to need for English Lit? I don't know. I don't understand.
And how did the teacher not read it already?
Yeah. Like, if you're going to have the kids or the students read the books, why didn't you read the books? Especially if it's been years. And if you think it's absurd that the Bible is on there, can you not take the Bible off of there? What?
Was he in control of the summer reading list?
Also, was he their English teacher or was he like a counselor? What was that man?
The teacher / counselor.
Counselor, you think? Perhaps.
Maybe he was a DA? A TA?
He was a district attorney.
Maybe he was a district attorney.
A TA? A teacher's assistant? I don't think so. Anyway, I'll give meetings with them. Anyway, moving on.
Your school district attorney. The one that's issued to you. Yeah, after the bike scene, I was so sure that, they were, we were going to have, there was a little bit of, like,
there wasn't.
We wanted it. That's what I was there for.
It was not a Heartstopper scenario, unfortunately. Our friend's roommate, when we were watching this, was like, stop doing that to him. You can't, as a pretty man, keep hitting on people who could be attracted to you when you don't mean it. Don't kiss him.
Stop.
Stop. You're too pretty for this.
You're giving him dreams. You're giving him hopes. You're
Yes.
He's lying awake at night. He's lying awake. He's lying awake at night, thinking, at some point, me and him, it's happening. It's not.
But instead, we got a hetero makeout scene. And there's a point where she says, do you think this will make him jealous? And he says, I don't think he'll even care. Which is true, right? Probably. We keep being told that he uses people. But, did you not want to sleep with that girl? Why didn't you lie? Clearly you're not opposed to lying. You've already said a bunch. Just lie. I don't understand. Did you want to keep kissing her?
I think he knew that she was using to him, so he didn't really care.
But he would also be using her too.
That's true. Yeah.
Just use each other. It's college. It's college, baby. Use somebody. Do you know that song?
Yes, I do.
Early 2000s.
I liked Paramore's cover of it.
Paramore covered that?
Yes. Oh my god, listen to it.
I will.
Good.
Kings of Leon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's...
They were great.
Yeah, they were. The house tour was chaos.
Pure chaos. I loved it.
You did?
Yeah, I loved the chaotic energy of that house tour. Instead of being like kitchen, living room, it was like blue room, here's a bed. Nonsense.
And he accidentally did what to his cousin?
Yeah, accidentally and cousin being the keywords here.
What in the Alabama is going on? But here we are. So
part of the house tour was seeing the maze, and as someone who watched a lot of horror movies, you're gonna die in that maze. Someone's gonna die in that maze. There's no point of a maze unless someone is being chased through a maze, someone runs into a maze to escape something. Someone's gonna die. And I was correct. Mazes are always death. Always death. It's like if you had a cornfield. Death.
True.
You're just asking for it.
You have a maze in front of your house, you want to die. You want to die in front of that house.
You don't put a maze in front of your house, you put a maze behind your house. Uncultured of you. Just a little front door maze.
You know.
Just in my driveway. Parking's a nightmare.
Yeah. You have it in front of your house just so you can see people suffer.
I guess.
You really hate the pizza guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's so the kids can't, like, Nicky Nine towards your house.
Trick-or-treaters, good luck.
Oh, that would be a good spooky thing to add.
Yeah.
Should tell my mom about that.
Oh.
Make a spooky maze. She has some Halloween plans that involve something similar, honestly.
Nice. Yeah, I thought somebody was going to be, like, hunted in the maze, but,
yeah.
didn't happen.
I thought this movie was going to be an upper class killing the lower class, or just the one lower class person in this scenario. Like a Purge, like a Ready or Not. And it is not. It really flips it.
Yeah. I was surprised. Mm-hmm. The mom says very questionable things. A lot of what she says makes you go, what do you mean by that? You know?
But what a gossip, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. One of the worst things she says is regarding one of her friends. And I say friends in quotations because is that really her friend?
Yeah.
It makes you question it a lot. She makes you question who she actually considers a friend. And she says that even in death, she has to be a center of attention, which I didn't realize the first time watching it, but when I watched it again, when I saw that part again, Oliver looks pretty disturbed at what she's saying while everyone else is chuckling. And I think that was probably the turning point for him, where he's like, okay, so she was just expendable to you. She didn't really matter to you. You made it seem like you were helping her. You made it seem like she mattered. But now that she's dead, she's just like they've said before. They use people. They throw them away.
Yeah. Yeah, like mother, like son.
Yeah, apparently.
Really. And daughter.
Yeah.
Also, another thing is that I couldn't figure out who Venetia was. I was like, is she a cousin? Is she a sister? She definitely lives there. She's a half-sister, right? Even now, I'm like, what was she again? Half-sister? Step-sister?
Half-sister.
Half-sister. I really liked the names in this. They really gave, old money names to these characters.
Yeah. Elspeth.
There's no Elspeth. Can you do it? Jump to the L from the L to the S without putting an I.
What?
Elspeth. Okay.
Elspeth.
All right, let's jump into disturbing scene number 1. This is one you got spoiled on TikTok.
Yeah.
The infamous bathtub scene.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of people say, the drinking of the bathwater, not a big deal. It was the drain. Yeah, it was the drain.
I actually have a story about drinking bathwater.
What's that?
You seem scared. What is happening? So I was in the bath a couple of days ago, right? Relaxing after work, and our cat came in. And she, hopped up on the side, as she does, and she drank my bathwater.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, do I stop her? Because, this water's hot.
Yeah.
Not boiling, but, it's warm. Her poor little kitty tongue. But, she tried it. It was fine. She kept going. So I guess she's fine. I also want to note there was no bath. There was no, bath bomb, bubble bath, soap.
Okay.
She just drank warm water. And was okay with that for some reason.
All right. She was in the mood for soup. Okay.
Human soup.
Human soup.
Okay, second disturbing, weird scene. Not on the disturbing side, but just on the beginning of it. Why did she choose to wear white? Who in their right mind wears white like day one of your period? Like day 1 or 2. Don't we all fear wearing white pants that day?
I thought it was universal, but here we are.
I thought it was universal.
Like, what is happening?
And you kind of have to assume she was just free bleeding in white.
It would appear to be, but I don't know, you know?
I guess it doesn't matter because you have like a dry cleaner. Someone else is cleaning your clothes, or you're probably just throwing it away and getting new stuff. So I guess it's fine, but you really want to walk down the hall with like a bloody butt?
Right? What is happening?
What is happening?
And while we were watching it, we were all like, oh, those poor, the poor dry cleaners. Like, oh man.
And anyone who saw them walk down that hall going back inside. Like, I think they had like a side door where they weren't passing anyone, but imagine being that butler who already didn't like him. And then it's just a murder scene.
He's just dripping.
But it was all like dry on their faces.
Oh
it was a choice.
Yeah. I like looking up at you. Yeah, so Farley sees what is transpiring between. So I don't know how else to describe.
Yeah.
Farley sees what is transpiring between Phoenicia and Oliver, and he continues watching. So, he just
gleefully, I think. Wasn't this man kicking his feet on his belly?
Yeah.
Like he was talking to his crush on the phone?
He's out here just eating popcorn, drinking some tea.
Like, congratulations on the blackmail, but you could have just glanced and then been like, oh, now I know some things.
Yeah, you think he's gonna just be like, and just continue on his way. Day. He says, he's like, wow, okay, maybe double take, but
just full on.
Yeah, just out here. Just
his little feet. Like, there's a scene, we're gonna put a little picture of it up here, with Farley and Oliver, and it was so romantic. Why didn't they kiss?
Yeah.
They do kind of hate each other, they're very antagonistic, but I don't know, man. Farley also is so pretty. Farley has such pretty eyes. I could see making some mistakes when that boy looks at you.
Oh my.
But the way they framed it too, that like the framing of the shot and how close they are, and they are kind of in a similar position of they don't really belong in the house, and they are seen as the outsiders in the lower class, the parents that don't have money. And they didn't bond by kissing.
Yeah, we all wanted it. We wanted an enemies to lovers, We didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been mad that there wasn't an enemies to lovers, but missed opportunity.
On the note of intimacy, Oliver just doming everybody. That was completely unexpected, at least for us. We were like, what? Thought this man was shy and awkward. All of a sudden, he's like, Phoenicia, you need to eat. Like, what?
And turning in Farley, or framing Farley. Yeah. Also, we have this scene with Farley. Very Rocky Horror Picture Show. I haven't seen anyone talking about this, but how is this not a Frankenfurter? This is a Frankenfurter.
Absolutely.
I was so expecting him to go to Felix after that, so that it would be a perfect Brad and Janet. But even the blue lights? Though I will say, very dubious consent.
Yeah. I was like,
He is being, again, antagonistic. Almost like the kiss of death thing. But then also keeps going? Why do these people never stop doing things? They just keep going with everything. They either make it worse or keep it terrible the whole way through.
If there was a graph.
I don't understand. If there was a graph. Just... One thing I will say with all of the twists of this movie, in addition to already knowing mazes are a bad time, I was fairly certain that Oliver's dad was alive, and that was a lie. I was pretty sure that they weren't as poor as he said because of the panic, but as his panic progressed, I was like, he has a dad. He for sure has a dad who is alive and well. So you didn't get me on that one, movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when he was panicking, I was like, yeah, this dude died. This dude died. This dude lied.
Yeah. I also really liked when he tried to lie his way out of that and be like, oh, I have a migraine, we should go. And then he just totally gets shut down.
Yeah, Felix was like, take a pill, man. I was like, okay.
I appreciated that.
Yeah. Yeah, so his birthday party. The theme, the costumes, loved it.
Gorgeous.
Oh my god. Just went above and beyond for this random stranger.
Yeah, I wish I had the money to do just crazy birthday parties or parties in general.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful. Also, that they threw in that while they're singing happy birthday, they don't know who they're singing to. That was a nice touch, honestly.
Yeah, it was. They were like, who knows? Who knows who this guy is? I'm just here for the drugs. You know?
Yeah.
Truly just came here to the party for the drugs.
I was just going to make that reference.
Okay, good. Drugs. Drugs. Okay. Yeah, and Oliver wearing antlers, it fits with the theme of A Midsummer Night's Dream, but also it felt like he
wanted to be seen as the prey when he's not.
Yes.
He's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Exactly.
A problem that I had with this movie was that I wanted them to show us his body. Show us Felix's body. Because how did they walk out and know immediately this man is dead and not just passed out? Like, was he blue? Was he in a pool of his own vomit? Because he was poisoned, so there wouldn't be like a stab wound or something. But a couple of us were like, just show the body. And our friend's roommate had said, you know, this might be dark, but that's my favorite part in movies. Show us.
And they were just pretending like everything was okay. The wine pour was a mood. Definitely conveyed what I think the audience was feeling. We were like, my gosh, what is wrong with everyone? But that is polite society.
I also really liked that the two people who were not okay with pretending that things were fine was the younger generation, which makes a lot of sense, right? They don't have so much of the strict roles that the older ones do. And the person who blurts out, you know, Felix is dead, why are we doing this, is Farley, who is like the outsider of the family too.
Yeah, and then of course Oliver gets him kicked out because he mentions he was doing drugs, even though everyone was doing drugs.
Who wasn't doing drugs?
Like, what?
Was Farley hiding something else in his room? Because how does just some snow get you in that much trouble? It was snowing all over the place.
Exactly.
A snowstorm, if you will.
A snow. Yes. And when we were watching the movie with our friends, we were all frustrated about how at every chance the parents got, they would just kick Farley out. Anytime, as soon as they heard any little problem with Farley, they were like, get out of here, you know? No chances whatsoever. And it's...
No chances. It's almost like they just hated his mom so much that he couldn't do anything right. I think is what it was.
Absolutely.
One of the kind of dark humor scenes was that his gravestone was in Times New Roman. And I think we both at the same time were like, you couldn't get Helvetica at the very least? You have so much money. Do you have to pay extra for Helvetica?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Come on. It's easier on the eyes.
I guess if you're a boring person, you got a boring tombstone font.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
The grave scene.
Ooh, the grave scene.
Throwing himself on the grave wasn't surprising. Him stripping was.
Yep. Going up.
The events after him stripping, 1,000% unhinged.
Yeah. Do you know someone got that tattooed?
Yes.
Somebody tattooed that on their body, put it on TikTok, and also Barry Keoghan saw it. Imagine tattooing an actor's butt on you, and then they see it. I don't know if you'd be proud or if it would be very real dread. Also, Venetia's death. Obviously, she was going to die in that tub. Why do you keep making him angry? This man is clearly capable of murder. He's going to kill you in that tub and make it look like suicide. What's wrong with you? I did really love her monologue where she calls him a moth. That was really... I love that imagery.
Yeah, we were all looking at her like, okay, yeah, he's gonna kill her. For sure.
Yeah, stop talking.
When Oliver came back to Saltburn after not much convincing of the mom, and he says to her, unlike you, I know how to work. It really brought me back to Kim Kardashian being like, people just don't want to work these days. And I was like...
Even though, I mean, he kind of took the easy way out. He did just kill someone and take their wealth.
Yeah, which, I mean, is how most billionaires have gotten their money. That's through blood. There's no good billionaires, you know.
In terms of the upsetting scenes, I didn't really see anyone talk about this. And maybe it's because it's the end. Hopefully, it's just that people had the frame of mind to not spoil the end of the movie for others. Getting on top of Elspeth in her literal deathbed and pulling out her intubation tube. Oh my god. Like, I think she wasn't fully conscious, thankfully, because that would hurt so much. It hurts even if someone's doing it properly, at a proper speed. But oh my god, rip your throat right out. Brutal.
Absolutely. The dancing scene. If you know what I mean, you know, if you know, you know. Couldn't stop thinking about it. It was a lot.
For days, she kept bringing up his eggplant.
Just swinging.
I personally was not watching it. I was kind of looking at him touring around the house, but you can give your eyes off of it.
She was admiring the architecture. She was admiring the lighting. She was admiring the cinematography. And I
mean, I was just watching the full scene. I wasn't zoomed in.
And sad to say, I was fixated. Another thing that was messed up was that Oliver really took out all of the rocks. All of the rocks from that pond, or the lake, that body of water that is in front of...
Whatever they have.
The body of water.
I'm guessing man-made pond?
Yeah.
I don't know. Bog? Maybe it wasn't very clear.
It was water.
Yeah, the funeral stones.
Yeah.
Essentially is what they are.
Took all those funeral stones out with their names on it and put it in a miniature theater.
This man is going to get haunted.
You'd think so, right? I think so.
Haunted.
For sure. That's how you get haunted.
That's how you get haunted.
101.
Yeah.
How you get haunted. 101. Just for sure.
Remove any ceremonial things from a grave.
Yeah. He was giving petty.
Yeah, in a big way.
My God. It was very reminiscent of Killing of a Sacred Deer. And that was also what I thought of when he was wearing those antlers. So, yeah, he was a psycho in that movie. He's a psycho in this movie. He just plays psychos very well.
So ratings. Overall, I would give Saltburn 4 peaches out of 5 because I was able to predict some of the twists and I wanted a couple of kisses. Just give me some boys with pretty eyes kissing other boys. That's all I want.
And my rating is 4.5 cherries out of 5. And that's because I just wanted to know a little bit more of what happened with Farley after the events. Thanks for watching.
Please leave your comments, your questions below, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye!